Hi, everybody, and welcome. I am going to be reviewing some of the basics for what the expectations are on Wednesdays for each student. So, where I am starting is Braves Link. Um, so, in order to do that, you can access that, and I guess I can just kind of back up a step here so you can see. So each computer has or should have their Chromebook should have access, and this little cloud right here would go bring them straight to Braves Link. If you're not working on a Chromebook, you can go to the Canandaigua School website, canandaiguaschools.org, and go through that to get to Braves Link. Each student should know their own login information, would be their last name, first initial. There may be a one or two after their name. Just depends on the situation. And then capital C, lowercase a, and their student ID for their password. So I can provide that information if needed. All right, so here's Braves Link. My Braves Link is going to look a little bit different than your child's Braves Link, but some of the key things should be available. So their email is a Google email. So my email, I don't have Google email through work. So that is something that they should check every Wednesday. There may be information regarding an assignment. There may be just general information. Good for them to practice checking their email regardless. So that's one thing they ought to be doing every Wednesday. In addition, and then also, I guess, quick note, in their email they'll be receiving links to a Zoom. They have a Zoom link for 9:15 a.m. and then they should have a separate Zoom link for 10 o'clock a.m. These are opportunities for furthering their learning, whether it's for reading, writing, social experiences, whatever it might be. Some really good opportunities that I highly recommend that they attend, and they will get the Zoom link will be in their emails. So, in addition, so really their academics will be located in this Schoology app. So it looks like that. Got the S, Schoology. I'm going to go ahead and click into that. So within Schoology, each student, so mine is going to look a little bit different because this is the teacher edition. I believe there is a way for me to get to the student edition. However, really for the most part, it should look very similar. So they will have their different courses. So that's the different classes that they're attending. And so one of the expectations every Wednesday is they should be clicking into each Schoology class, and that will provide them with saying they attended that class. So even if they don't have an assignment for a class, they should be clicking in for attendance reasons. It's also important to note for classes like PE that if Wednesday falls on an A day and they normally have PE on an A day, then they will have an assignment for PE. However, if Wednesday's a B day and they have PE normally on an A day, so not when they would have PE, they would not have an assignment. So only when Wednesday falls on the A or B day that your child would have PE do they have that assignment. So I hope that makes sense. So what about my classes? So I'm just going to use ELA as an example here. So the student would log into Schoology and then go into course ELA. Now, what you'll see is, so what you should see on your students is only week 4 and my office hours are posted. So every Wednesday from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, we have office hours. So I have office hours. So if they need a little extra help or whatever it might be, I'm available through Zoom from 1 to 2 o'clock every day. And they will have that through email, but I also have it posted in Schoology. So they can just click that anytime between 1 and 2 and have access to help. So what we're in week 4 of school, so they would click into the week 4 folder, And so what you're looking for is the assignment labeled Wednesday. So here, so in class, we're working on a reading called Donuts. It was also drill week this week, so we have some stuff. This is some of the other stuff we've been working on. They had a little Chromebook test last week. However, all that they need to look for is that Wednesday assignment. So this week is Wednesday late. It's a reading on ladybugs. I'm gonna go ahead and click into that. Now, the majority of assignments, not all, but that are assigned on Wednesdays are through Kami. So I'm going to do a quick walkthrough on how Kami works. So what should show up here is that open assignment with Kami. So it's a PDF, but you're going to open it with Kami. And what Kami does is it gives the students an opportunity to fill in the questions and whatnot within the actual document. So, and this is something that we have worked on quite a bit in class. So, all students should be pretty independent with being able to get into Kami, in addition to knowing how to fill out documents within Kami. So let me show you kind of how this works. So right here, this is think on the left-hand side is like a toolbox essentially. So these are the various things that you can do. The main ones that we use and I recommend are text to speech. So if a student's working independently, they can hit text to speech. They can highlight whatever they want read and we'll read it. Play. So it's working. It's just you may not be able to hear it on your end. So a really nice feature, again, that Kami has. In addition, in class, we do highlighting and whatnot, but that's not part of usually assignments, but you can do markup, text highlight, and highlight whatever you would like. So highlight that section right there. But the main things that they know and should know how to use are the text box. So while they're in Kami, they come over to our tool belt here and hit text box, and that will give them the opportunity to write wherever they want in the reading. So like if I'm going to put my name, I click where I want to write and I write my name, Christopher Rodriguez. So again, that's text box, and you can type wherever you want. If I want to type right here, I can type banana right here. So, and I get rid of it by hitting that X. So a nice feature within Kami. And then another one that we use is drawing. So you just hit that drawing. So again, you just have to kind of select the tool that you would like. So I'm going to draw a little ladybug here. Trying to emulate that picture right there. So you can ask students. I'm definitely not the world's greatest artist. I feel like it's going pretty well though. So just another feature again. So the main ones are that text box and the drawing. I feel like this is going way better than I would have anticipated. Look at this. I'm basically a little artist. And then we'll put little dots. The dots aren't great, but I'm also trying to hurry up here. Okay, so there you go. Ladybug. Boom. It's a little drawing. So for this assignment, what the student would be expected to do is read the short reading, and then I did not put instructions here, and I apologize for that. But generally speaking, my expectations are to do the first reading and then the first 9 questions or 8, so up through this first page here. Not necessarily the vocabulary as we do that in class. So I apologize. I normally put in instructions for that. I did not this time. And so I do want to show you quickly where I would normally put that information as well. So that is Kami. And then so the last part, so once they do the questions that they would need to fill out, and so that, they might come along, ladybugs are so helpful because they eat harmful insects and such as aphids. So you would circle that answer. And they all have touch screens, so they could circle it with their finger as well. Hopefully better than I just did. And then, I can hit my select tool to come back down. And then if I want to answer this question, I switch over to text. What do ladybugs eat? They eat cheeseburgers. No, I don't. So they would be able to type in their answer. And it's okay if it's, you'll notice that if I continue writing, it ends up off of the line. Not a big deal. They could also take their select tool and they can move it up if they wanted to. But either way, So that is how Kami works. Toolbox on the left-hand side. In the end, what the student would need to do is hit that turn it in button and then hit it again, turn in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now mine doesn't work because again, I'm in the school or the teacher version of it. What would happen if this were a student, so it's going to say, I can't do it, is another box similar to this was going to show up and it's going to say, do you sure you want to submit? The button that is red says submit, and it's on the left-hand side. They need to hit that submit button, otherwise, on my end. So see, I have no submissions at this point. So let me show you quickly what it would look like on my end. So they would hit that submit button, and then on my end, I would get their actual document. So let me show you. So for donuts, for example, which was a reading, so I have those submissions right there. So I can then I would grade them and put that in my grade book, and we would talk about the answers and whatnot. So that is how the assignments within Kami work. So that would be ELA, for example. So and then they would, say they're in math class, they would have to go into math. And here's my office hours, hit into week 4, and here's the Wednesday assignment. So they click into Wednesday assignment. It's another Kami assignment. They would open in Kami, and then it's another counting dollars and coins. So they would utilize the text box. So they would count it 100, 101, 125, 101. So $101 and 25, 35, 45, 50, 51, 52. So something that that we talk about in class quite a bit, by the way. So what you see that I did there is always counting the greatest the value to the smallest in value. So so we recommend doing 25, 35, 45, not in the order that they're presented. So so what they could even do here is they can say, okay, 25, 35, 45, 50, 51, 52. So that way they're kind of noting, okay, I got all the coins, I did them in the greatest value to the least value. So that way now I can put in my answer with a text box of $101.52. So again, turn it in, submit it. I'm not going to do all that because it doesn't actually work for me. So what you can see here, guys, is I have Schoology tabs as well. So that way they're not feeling like they have to go back and forth. So I can just go straight into my Schoology tab, switch over my course, and go into my next class. Say it was science for the example. And we do talk about on Tuesday, what are the expectations? What are we working for? What are we working on Wednesdays? Okay, so that's a quick overview of how to access, how to use Schoology, how to use Kami, and some of the expectations for Wednesday. Please reach out to me with any questions or concerns. I hope this video helps. Just so if anybody's wondering, oh, am I the only person struggling with this? Absolutely not. I'm making this video because we have a fair amount of parents who are struggling with this, and as a parent, I know it's challenging, getting all these different things from different teachers and whatnot. So my son's in a similar boat in that he's doing hybrid with Victor schools, and then as a parent, I'm also struggling trying to navigate through all of that. So I understand, I commiserate, but please do know that I'm very happy to help you navigate, find what you need to. In addition, that's the office hours. I'm available 1 to 2 every day, so please don't hesitate to if you're not sure, or if your son or daughter say, hey, ask Mr. Rodriguez. You have 1 to 2. He's available. He can help you out. I have multiple ways of being able to see their screens and whatnot, so that way I can help them navigate accordingly. Okay. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you are all finding this year to be as wonderful as I have found it, or I'm finding it. It's really good to have some sense of normalcy. All right. Thank you again, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.